What's up, guys? It's Crash, and it's Season 3 of the Franchise Masters with the Minnesota Wild. We're throwing on kind of the Aviators, mainly because I want to change things up a little bit here. We're heading into Season 4. Once we miss out at Season 3, the doubt completely sets in. It just gets to a point where you kind of think to yourself, this isn't going to happen, but we still have 2 more seasons to go. We're going to make some changes. We're going to get back to basics. I don't care if I keep any Minnesota Wild on this roster anymore. We got to bring in the right bodies, and we got to win that Stanley Cup. For some reason, with this team, we've made it more difficult on ourselves. But if I can win a Stanley Cup with my mindset where I am today, that's a hole in one in my eyes. That's why I'm wearing the glasses. But at the end of the day, I am going to take the 4 if we win the Stanley Cup this season. But we're going to make wholesale changes. This roster needs to change. The idea of keeping as many original players is not in the rules. It was just something I wanted to attempt, and we failed. So we have 2 more seasons, and we're going to have to make some wholesale changes here. Mark Giordano's back. Stalock is back. No, he's rejected. Merrill's rejected. And I see the Rasmus has re-signed. That's one thing I'd like to see different in NHL 21. The morale not giving away what happens. There we go. So we got rid of Tatar and Hoffman, who didn't really fit in a third, for 2 defensive prospects that are already at 80 and freed up $11 million in cap space. Imagine Ovechkin actually on that roster with what they already have built. Imagine Zach Hyman being traded for Alexander Ovechkin. I think the offer from Florida is where I'm going to go get that first and third. Josh Anderson is joining the squad. David Perron is joining the squad. Kasperi Kapanen has accepted our offer. John Merrill is going with Boston. Patrice Bergeron is on the squad, so is Riley Smith. John Merrill is going with Boston. All right. If I remember correctly, he does actually fit on the lower end. And for 2/5, I just want to have options. I want to have options so that we can build a squad and then trade the guys that don't work. Zach Hyman, Milan Lucic, and a third for Blake Wheeler. Oh, I love you, game. Okay, so we've got a couple guys that were out for scouting. Kubalik. I completely forgot, which is great. How did he scout? Bottom 6. We're not going that way. We're definitely not going that way. We got to bring in Philly Kessel somehow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheese these lines. I do have to take a little bit of a break. We'll come back and we'll run the rest of the sim. And I'll go over the lines before we go full send and try and bring a Stanley Cup to Minnesota. I'll be right back.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
All right, so we're back. Season 4 of the Minnesota Wild. We threw on the Bret Hart Hitmen jersey for good luck. Let's take a look at the lines. I've cheesed them, and there's a glaring issue. Kessel, Landeskog, Shezhnikov is only a +1. Even though they all... Ooh, Landeskog is a second. That's where the issue is. Ah, I remember something before I left. Let's just go through this. So Kessel, Landeskog, Shezhnikov, Wheeler, Hintz, Gallagher, Perron, Kunin, Kapanen, Bjork, Bergeron, Anderson. On defense, we've got Marilyn Pietrangelo at a +3, Ristolainen, Bufflin at a +3, and Forbert Drysdale at a +1. I'm okay with that +1 on the bottom pairing because it doesn't get played all that often. I want to just see what this does. That's a +5 on the top line, but I need Bufflin to balance out Ristolainen because Ristolainen doesn't really fit this team. So that'll balance everything out. Carter Hart and Georgiev. Here's what I looked at to go and enjoy my day. Now we have Charlie Coyle still on scratch, an 83 overall. If we wanted to bring in, say, a Nate McKinnon, it's going to cost us Landeskog, Drysdale, Coyle. Coyle's a scratch. Drysdale, we do have Gonchar, who's an 81, who will fit exactly the same as Drysdale does, and Gabriel Landeskog, who doesn't quite... We can not use Gabriel Landeskog and bring in Nate McKinnon. Nate McKinnon is a first-line fit. He's been scouted. Do we trust our scouts enough at this point? I don't know. He's also got 1 year left on his contract. We've got a little bit of room that we can use to make him fit. I think this is a play. I think this is an absolute move that we make. I wonder if we can get anything else out of them for doing this deal. So we can. We can get a third out of them to do this deal. Landeskog, Drysdale, which it already said Gonchar will be the move up. Charlie Coyle is a scratch anyways. He's making $5 million a season. It opens up what we can do down the road as well. So let's just check really quick. We know we can get a third. Is there anybody we can bring in this deal? Like a Yanni Ruda, top 4 defensive pairings. Can we make that work? It's rejected. Can we add like a fourth or a prospect? That's rejected. If we do the third, it's done. That deal is done. So we got Yanni Ruda and Nate McKinnon for Landeskog, Drysdale, Charlie Coyle, and a third. Now we just have to hope that he fits on that first line. Kind of does. He does better than Landeskog, that's for sure. So let's make this a sniper, playmaker. Who's our power forward on this line? Can we make Phil Kessel a power forward and Shezhnikov a sniper? God, McKinnon's a beast, everything that he does. Let's make Shezh the power forward and keep McKinnon as a playmaker. Let's see what that does. Back to headlines. We also need a defenseman who we've got Yanni Ruda. Let's just leave it there. They're both defensive, so who's more offensive out of the two? It's Yanni Ruda. So Yanni Ruda is going to be offensive and Shezh is going to be power forward. Hopefully that gets to a +3. If that does, that'd be fantastic. So with that trade, how do the lines fit now? It's a +3. I love it. 89, 97, 87. Let's go. Kessel, McKinnon, Shezhnikov, Wheeler, Hintz, Gallagher, Perron, Kunin, Kapanen, Bjork, Bergeron, Anderson. And on defense, that's a 3 as well. Fantastic. We could probably get one of these to a 5. I just don't know at what cost here. Those are still 3s. I think I'm okay with that. You really need the 5th in there. Okay. I say leave it like this. All right. So Petrie joins Pietrangelo on that first line. Everything's cheesed. We don't need Alex Tuck on our fourth line. So let's roll. We did sim a little bit to get a better understanding of some of the player value and where they'd fit. So let's finish off that month of October. 2-2-1. Back-to-back overtime wins against the Rangers and Sabres. A shootout loss against the Sharks ends the month, but we finish 8-2-2. Morale was in the 60s. It's now at 74. Nate McKinnon, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points. Short window to look at here, but very strong team. Gallagher up there as well. Blake Wheeler with 14. That's that. Gallagher's on the second line. McKinnon and Wheeler on the first line. Rupe Hintz, Pietrangelo with 11. Bergeron on the fourth line with 10. Bjork with 8. Let's take a look at the goaltending. 7-1 with a 2 shutouts, 905, 241. That could be a little bit better, but it's still early in the season. Back-to-back losses to start the month against the Flames and the Sharks. We do pick up a win against the Kings, 6-1. That was a bit of a rough month. We're down to 13, 8, and 4. Let's take a look at the scoring and the morale. We were at 74. We're still at 74. Blake Wheeler pulling away with 34 points in 25 games on that first line. 27 for Gallagher. Nate McKinnon with 23. Pietrangelo with 19. 18 for both Bergeron and Hintz. Goaltending. 11, 6, and 1. 908, 246. I'm wondering if Georgiev's morale is super low because we haven't given him the reins of this team. Carter Hart's actually morale is a little bit lower than it should be, considering he is the starter. Yanni Ruda is scratched, so that's why his is a little bit lower as well. So let's keep going. Rough month. Let's see if we can turn it around. We get a win in Dallas, a loss to the Blackhawks, but a shootout win against the Kings. We do pick up a few more wins, a couple L's in there sprinkled in, but 23, 13, and 4 to finish off the month. Blake Wheeler, still your point leader. Morale went up to 76, good to see. Blake Wheeler up a point. He was an 84, he's an 85 now. Nate McKinnon with 40 points. Gallagher with 36, 29, 26, 25 for Pietrangelo, Hintz, and Bergeron. Shezhnikov not really scoring. 22 points, even though he's on that first line. That might be something that we look at changing. Carter Hart, 19, 9, and 1. 907, 254. Georgiev not pulling his weight. Georgiev is not pulling his weight right now as the backup. We're just doing exploratory at this point. How's Vivalainen done? Stats are a little bit better. We needed Georgiev to be a little bit better here. But unfortunately, we're going to make that move. Probably going to have to add. Let's get to the end of January. Starts off with an 8-1 win against the Nashville Predators. Back-to-back shutouts against the Vancouver Canucks and the Philadelphia Flyers. A loss to the Devils and to the Penguins. Back-to-back at the end of the month. But we're 31, 16, and 4. We were 10 wins up on our loss column. We're now 15 up. Blake Wheeler, 59 points, 51 games. I'm hesitant to get excited about this team based on last season. Blake Wheeler, Nathan McKinnon with 50, Gallagher with 48, Pietrangelo with 38, Hintz with 33. I've still got my eye on Shezhnikov. I'm not sold on him being a power forward. Not sold on him being a power forward. So we've flipped Phil Kessel and Shezhnikov. Phil Kessel's now our power forward, and Svechnikov is going to be the sniper on that first line. Just to see if we can spark some scoring between the two. Trade deadline ahead of us as well. I'm not against making a move or two if we need to. We might get to 40 wins before that trade deadline, though. We are running away with the division despite 2 losses in a row, the Panthers and the Flyers. Blake Wheeler's down to an 84 again. 66 points. Kessel is there. Svechnikov looked like he bumped up a little bit. Bergeron on the 4th line is still scoring points. 36 points on the 4th line. 29, 14, and 1. 909. Villahaven doing way better than Georgiev. We're in good shape there. You know what? I think we're going to leave it as is. I think we run with this team. I think that's what I want to do. We hit 40 wins before the trade deadline. 77 locker room chemistry. Blake Wheeler's at 68 and 63. McKinnon's at 64. Gallagher's at 57. Pietrangelo 46. Hintz. Kessel and Shezhnikov are way down there. But their plus minus is fantastic. Bergeron scoring on the 4th line. How are the goaltenders doing? This is the squad. I'm not doing anything at the trade deadline. Let's run it. Full send. We finished 55, 22, and 5. McKinnon with 88 points in 81 games. Morales at 76. 79 for Wheeler, 77 for Gallagher. Pietrangelo 61. Hintz at 57. Kessel at 54. Shezhnikov at 51. Bergeron, Ristolainen in the 40s. Goaltending finished off 41, 17, and 1 with 10 shutouts of 9, 14, 2, 3, 4 for Carter Hart and Villahainen. Fantastic. We get the San Jose Sharks in the first round. Let's sim that first 3. That's a win. That's a loss. We're down 2-1. Can we please tie things up? Tied at 2. Can we take the lead? We are facing elimination in the first round again. 2-1 bad guys after 1. Bergeron on the power play. McKinnon and Hintz 3-2 lead after 2. I need a heart rate monitor. David Perron on the power play gives us a 2-goal lead with 10 to go. Shezhnikov with an empty netter. We're going to a game 7. Scoreless after 1. Tied at 1 after 2. Shezhnikov on Dell, Timo Meier on Hart. Kessel with a quick goal to start the period. Kessel again. A little bit of insurance. Power play, nothing. Jan Krok makes it 3-2. Shezhnikov with an empty netter. We move on to the second round. Oh, that was sweaty. Second round, we get the St. Louis Blues. We're going to sim the first 3 against the St. Louis Blues. That's a win. That's a loss. That's a win. We're up 2-1. Can we make it 3-1? We are up 3-1. St. Louis up 1-0 after 1. Tied 2-2 after 2. McKinnon and Kessel. Rob Thomas. She got out of town. On a railway, New York bound. Tied 2-2. Power play holds tight. 10 minutes to go. Power play still solid. Brendan Gallagher with 3 to go. We eliminate the St. Louis Blues. We head to the Western Conference Finals for the second time with this team. Third time. We lost in the Western Conference Finals in year 2. We eliminate them in 5. It's Edmonton, Calgary in the other side. We either get the Flames or the Oilers. Let's go into a game 7. We get the Edmonton Oilers in the Western Conference Finals. Sim the first 3. That's a win. That's a loss. That's a win. Up 2-1. Make it 3-1. 3-1. 1-1 after 1. Draisaitl on Hart. Ristolainen on David Rittich. 6-3 after 2. Anderson, McKinnon, Bjork, Bergeron, and McKinnon. McKinnon with 2 goals in the period. Eric Bouchard and Derek Ryan responding for the Oilers. Anderson with his second. McDavid getting on the score sheet. Ristolainen. Yamamoto makes it 8-5. Bjork makes it 9-5. We are up 4 goals with 2 minutes to go. 9-5 with under a minute to go. There's Phil Kessel over the red line into the offensive zone. In front, big clapper. Just wide, Shezhnikov coughs it up. Klefbom gets it out of their zone over the red line. Still no goalie pull. There is not going to be a goalie pull because we're up by 4. McKinnon over the red line into the offensive zone. Gets it over to Kessel. In front, shot saved by Henrik Lundqvist. The goaltender must have been the backup because Rittich started the game. But we did score 9 on him. And Rittich is coming back in. Just a little pep talk. It's fine. Just a little chitty chat. McKinnon and Nugent Hopkins to take the face off here. 33.9 seconds to go. Tie up. Shezhnikov in the slot. Glove save Rittich. Covers up. 30 seconds. Rupe Hintz to take the face off against Nugent Hopkins. Back to Petrie. Big clapper by Gallagher. Or Wheeler, sorry. There's Gallagher there. Over to Hintz. Back to Gallagher. Give go. Klefbom. I believe Klefbom got a stick on it to keep it out. Wheeler. Over to Gallagher. It looked like it was going to go in, but Klefbom with a nice defensive play there. Bouchard picks it up in his own end. Passes it back. Nugent Hopkins over to Steen, over the blue line. Neal, shot, turned aside. Your Western Conference champions, the Minnesota Wild, will go and fight for the Stanley Cup for the second time in 4 years. Like I said earlier, the doubt sinks in. Once you get to year 3, the doubt starts to sink in. No, thank you. No, thank you. We got work to do. 9-5 the final in that game. That was a wild one. Bjork with 5 points on the fourth liner, your first 3 stars. 5 points for Bjork, including 2 goals, 1 goal, 3 assists for Bergeron, and Anderson with 2 goals and 1 assist. Tampa Bay Lightning. That's a loss. That's a win. That's a loss. We're down 2-1. Can we tie things up? That's a win. Can we take the 3-2 lead? We are facing elimination. My heart is absolutely racing right now. 2-0 after 1. Kapanen and Kessel. 4-2 after 2. Kachuk and Gordy for Tampa Bay. Bergeron with a pair of goals, a power play goal, and a regular strength goal. 4-2 after 2. Kucherov makes it 4-3 early. McKinnon responds 5-3. 4 minutes to go. We force a game 7. God. Oh. Tampa Bay up 1-0 after 1. 2-1 after 2. Blake Wheeler getting on the board for us. Stamkos for them. This is it. Nothing else I can do. Killhorn. 3-1. Bufflin 3-2. Can we tie it up? Power play. Pietrangelo 3-3. I went to jump in. I really don't want to watch us lose. My heart is going to break. We jump in for overtime. Game 7. McKinnon and Stamkos. Sergachev over the blue line. In the slot. Tierney. Back to Sergachev. Over to Hedman. Clapper. Save Hart. Covers up. Sergachev. Clapper. Blocked by Pietrangelo over the red line. We break into the offensive zone for the first time in overtime. Out front shot. Shezhnikov can't bury it. Vasilevsky with a huge save on what looked like a deflection from McKinnon. Shezhnikov with a nice little tip in there with Vasilevsky making a great save. McKinnon and Stamkos still out there. Tie up. Tierney picks it up. Puck coughed up. Petry gets it up. Kessel into the offensive zone. McKinnon, shot. Save Vasilevsky again. I need that second line out there. We don't use coaching mode here in the Masters Challenge either. Look at their top 5. Top 4, top 5 in scoring. There's Rupe Hintz against Braden Point. Rupe with the face-off win. Ristolainen with a shot. Nice try for the one-timer. Gets picked off. A 3-on-2 going the other way. Rupe Hintz skating back. Picks it off. Ristolainen. Up to Wheeler. Up the side to Gallagher. Tries to get around Sergachev. Cannot. There's Gordy. Gets hit. It's a 2-on... I don't know. What was that? I don't know. I'd never want to see that again in AI play. Braden Point up to Killorn. Gallagher picks it off. Bufflin over to Ristolainen. Coughs it up. Tampa Bay with the puck. Fight for it on the boards. And McDonough. Back point. Wheeler picks it off. There's Gallagher. Shot. Kicked aside by Vasilevsky. There's McDonough up to point. Foot in front of the net. Great passing by Tampa Bay to get it out of their zone. Carter Hart with a huge save. 10:59 to go in the first overtime period here. Next goal wins the Stanley Cup. Battle of the third lines here. Good tie-up. Defensive tie-up. There's Cheeks. Up to Kunin. Shot. Big save Vasilevsky. He covers up. 10:11 to go. Need a huge face-off win here. I would love to have my fourth line out. Forbert. Oh, what a shot! Big save, Vasilevsky. I thought that Forbert was going to clap it from the blue line and put it to the side of the net. Vasilevsky read that perfectly. Third line still out. Another face-off win by Kunin. There's Perron. Kunin tries to walk out front, gets bumped. Burakovsky up to Palat. Palat? There's Forbert. Gets pinned. Kicks it up to Kunin. Kapanen up to Perron. Kapanen in the slot shot, save Vasilevsky. If anybody wants to sponsor me with a heart monitor that hooks up to Streamlabs OBS, I would gladly take it. Stamkos in the first line against the third line, Kunin. Kunin again with a face-off win. Pietrangelo, Clapper. Traffic in front of the net, but Vasilevsky tracks it down, covers up. 7:49 to go. Forward line ones, both sides are out. McKinnon against Stamkos. McKinnon ties up. Tampa Bay picks it up though. Chris Tierney over the red line. Dumps it in. Out front. You never pass it out front, kids. Tierney over to Stamkos. Dangerous lineup here. Clapper, big save. Carter Hart. McKinnon over to Kessel. Passes it out in front. Nobody there except for white jerseys. Tierney dumps it in. Petry gets pinned up by Kuch. Shezhnikov with the puck up to Phil Kessel. Dangles a little bit. Clapper, shot, scored, Stanley Cup. Nate McKinnon, let's go. The Hitmen jersey. Oh, season 4. Oh, let's go. Game 7 overtime. The streak continues. It took 4 seasons.
And time for one of the great traditions in all of sports, the handshake here. Even though there are bitter feelings through the series, it is awesome to go through and show your respect to the winners.
Oh my gosh. My heart is still pounding. McKinnon with the clapper. The one-timer. Phil Kessel, your Conn Smythe winner.
What an outstanding tournament he's had. From the very first round all the way through, the most impactful player on this team deserves the Conn Smythe.
This challenge has been insane. Alex Pietrangelo going to receive the trophy from the commissioner. I always love seeing who he passes it off to because it's so random.
Together forever. Their names will be on that trophy. They'll have reunions, and it won't be who held it first. It'll be that we all okay, Ray. Dibs are okay,
Who gets it first?
but it's not going to matter in 10 seconds. Oh, I love this.
I never change the number, so I don't know who this is.
Here as they pass the trophy around.
Blake Wheeler
This actually started as a
gets the first handoff. He's got the blue tape on his socks, too. What a noob.
Lindsay. And then now it's a race
Passes it over to...
that hadn't happened. We wouldn't have
That's Josh. That's Josh Anderson.
what we see now.
Fourth line Dynamo again. On home ice. Carter Hart.
We think of the players on the ice, but Ray, as you see the rest of the organization huddle, and it really is a group effort here. This means
I think Luke Kunin's the only one from the original lineup. But that's how I win cups. We knew we had to make major changes. We knew we had to get back to basics. The overtime winner, Nate McKinnon from Phil Kessel and Shezhnikov. Pietrangelo from Shezhnikov and McKinnon, his first of the postseason. Couldn't come at a better time. We were down 3-2. Pietrangelo tying things up. Bufflin before that as well. We were down 3-1 in this game. Heading into the was it 2-1? After 2, 3-1, there's Alex Killhorn. There was a double minor by Pietrangelo for high sticking. 3-1 there. Bufflin made it 3-2. Pietrangelo late with just under 3 minutes. Tied things up. And Nate McKinnon at 15-16. 4 and change to go. Winning the Stanley Cup in overtime. Fantastic. We were down 3-2 in that series as well and won the last 2 games. That's a Prezi as well. That's a Prezi. We won the President's Trophy 3 out of 4 seasons, and we were close against the Pittsburgh Penguins in that first one when we went to the Stanley Cup in Season 1. Our Ross going to Stamkos. Dangerous. Hart Memorial to Stamkos as well. Carlson with the Norris. Jack Hughes with the Lady Byng. Stutzel with the Calder Memorial. Phil Kessel, the Conn Smythe. The Vezina going to Jerry. Okay, Carter Hart with the William Jennings, though. Quinn Hughes with the Bill Masterson. Apparently my light is going a little wonky. Selke to Dylan Larkin. We looked at Dylan Larkin in trades as well. Ted Lindsay Award going to Stamkos. Maurice Rocket Richard going to Connor McDavid. Amazing. Amazing season. So I'm not going to lie, heading into the playoffs, I wasn't quite sure about this team. I wasn't sure, and I thought that maybe a trade at the trade deadline to improve that first line was needed. Clearly, it was not. The Calgary Hitmen, the Bret Hart Calgary Hitmen jersey is good luck. Love to see it. And the glasses, too. The glasses. I'll never rock this look on YouTube ever again. Maybe. Again, subscribe, hit the notifications, join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/crash_Andrews, the Twitter, twitter.com/crash_Andrews. All the rules to the Masters Challenge is at it's at crashandrews.com/masters. You can follow along, you can do your own thing. We got to update the stats on there. That's on me. But, man, we're on a roll. And we head to Montreal. Les Habitants is coming up next on the next video. Guys, thanks for watching this one. Share it with your friends. Thanks for being here, seeing another Stanley Cup win. We'll try and do it again with Montreal on the next one. See you guys on the next video. Needed that.